And now, for the moment so many of you have been waiting for. The day has finally come. No more waiting. My grade's dropping, but no more waiting. No more postponing. No more of this making up excuses of, not being able to film. The time is here. The time has come. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, transsexuals and other genders that shall not be specified. Welcome to the crowning jewel of my channel. Welcome to Stay Single Part 4. Months in the making. Now, this story, today's story, it holds a very special place in my heart because this is when everything changed for me. This specific story is when everything just started going downhill. Today's video, hopefully, if I can get everything done on time, this may be uploaded on Halloween as a Halloween special. I don't know. Anyway, welcome boys and girls, how are you doing? This video may or may not be a long one, so go ahead and pull out your snacks and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So this video has literally been months in the making. The last time I actually sat down and made a Stay Single video was, I don't even remember. I think it was in 2016 or early 2017, I do not remember. It's October now and it's time for me to get this shit out. So, let's get into it. I've got to start off with a little bit of background, Me, 6th grade. Lots of cool stuff was going down, I was moving up in middle school, because that's where I was at the time, that's obviously, And, yeah, just a lot of shit like that. And then one day, my sister, she's always on her phone. At the time, and, still, that's the same for today. She's always on her phone. She was always on her phone and doing this and that. One day, my mom decided to take it away from her. And she spazzed out and said some choice words that she really didn't mean, which led to us moving to Florida with her dad. So, yeah. That was pretty life-changing because at the time, my entire life, I had only lived in Indiana. I'd been to Florida once at that point. And, it was pretty cool. I was only there for the summer. But I'd only been there once. And living there for an entire year, that was going to be life-changing, really. And truly it was. Sadly to say enough, it was really life-changing. In the worst way possible. So, when the school year comes, everyone is sad to see us go. We already have all our bags packed and we're getting on the first plane to it. Here we are, we're in Florida now. I'm not gonna lie, I was crying on the plane to Florida because I was gonna miss everyone so much because we literally moved there for a whole year. I wouldn't be able to see my mom for a whole year, my grandma, really all the people I really cared about. I wouldn't be able to see for an entire year, and I lost a lot of friends that year. Not not their lives, but had to say goodbye to a lot of friends. And yeah. So, fast forward, like, I'm just gonna skip the summer, alright? Because the summer is really not important. Let's just say that summer is why I'm skinny now. Anyway, school year starts. My dad, he enrolls us, he tries to enroll me and my sister into this charter school. And somehow, I don't even know how, it was successful. So then, we went to this charter school. Shout out Four Corners, you know. Four Corners Charter School in Florida. You're here shouting out schools for no reason. I don't go there anymore, so it really doesn't care. Well, it doesn't matter. So. Well, everyone. Sorry, Bitty Candy. So everyone on the first day, everyone's always awkward. Especially if you're the new kid to the school. Like, everything is a lot more awkward because you don't have any friends. You don't know what to do, just sitting somewhere. You know, first period rolls around and, you know, the teacher going around telling all the kids to say their names and what they like to do and all this shit like that. And I'm like, hi, my name is Davion. I like gaming and anime. Like watching anime or whatever. Then that shit was really awkward because even today people don't really talk about anime. You're always like the outcast if you like anime, even though like there's an entire group of people who like love this shit, and I still love it to this day. We talk about it in front of like a group of any other kids like who have heard of it but don't like really watch it. The shit is just awkward. So there was this kid behind me. We're gonna call him A. So A, he says something around the same lines. He's like, my name is A, and I like anime. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And I turn around, and I'm like, me and you both. And I chuckled a little bit, and the class was just silent. So anyway, we started talking, we started becoming friends. And A introduced me to one of his friends. We're gonna call him C. So A and C, oh shit. So A and C, you know, we started hanging out all the time. You know, there was this one day where okay, this is around the time I didn't have a schedule, so I was just doing my own thing. So there was this one day where we were just fucking around, right? We ended up accidentally skipping one of our classes because we all had like the same classes, which is like really weird. So we all had the same classes. And oh my god, this is the funniest shit. We ended up accidentally skipping one of our classes to go to gym. It was so funny because we didn't realize that we were skipping one of our classes. It took me to realize. I'm like, wait a minute, are we supposed to be in here? And both of our friends were just looking at me and looking at each other, and they were like, hold up. And the rest, we looked at the class, so it was like nobody we knew. Then we're like, oh shit. So we started running to the class we remembered we were supposed to be in, and oh my god. Oh, so like a week later, it was the first week. No, it was the. Okay, I don't know how to timeline this. So it was that first day of school. A week after that first day of school, there was this girl in class, right? And my friends, we sat at the same table. So, you know, us being the dumbasses that we are, one of my friends was like, "Hey, hey, what girl do you like?" And I'm sitting here like, dude, it's only been a week. He's like, yeah, and I'm like, alright, good point. So I turned around and there was this girl, this brunette. Oh my god, she was like back then to me she was like a fucking goddess or some shit, because when I turned around and saw her, she was like fucking glowing. And she was just like this awkward, just casual girl, you know? And I was just like, oh my god, yes. So I turned around and looked at her, and I told my friend, yeah, her. He was like, really? That's your type? I was like, what is that supposed to mean? He's like, nothing. Then he goes on to my friend, And we were just going back and forth about who we like. And then my friend gets up. I think it was like the next day or so. My friend gets up from his table and goes over to the girl's friend. We're gonna call her P. So he goes over to P. He starts telling her that I liked her friend. I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck, man? The fuck's wrong with you? And like that really put me in some deep shit because oh shit, didn't give the girl a name. We're gonna call her Emma. Yeah, she's the only one who gets an actual name. Emma. Emma was the girl I said I liked. So my friend A tells P that I liked Emma, and when he came back, she was giving me, a dirty eye. P was giving me a dirty eye, and A was just laughing his ass off, and C was just sitting here like, what the fuck is happening? Because he acted like a pothead anyway. Like he really didn't give a shit. So like the next day, I was in the middle of doing work, and then A is talking to P or whatever, and then A comes up to me and says, yo, Emma wants to talk to you. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, Emma wants to talk to you, dude. Go up to her. I'm like, no, dude, I can't do that, man. I can't do that right now. He's like, no, dude, you can do this. Go up to Emma and just talk to her. And this is when my streak of just taking risks started happening. So I went up to her table where it was just her and P. It was just Emma and P. Well, and I walked up and sat down and I was like, hey. And they were like, hey. Because then P just said straight up, yo, Emma likes you. And then Emma oh, I could not forget this. Emma ran over, covered her mouth so fast. And she started like nervously laughing. It's like, no, she's lying. She's just joking around. I'm like, awkwardly laughing along because what else the fuck can I do? I was like, alright, good talk. Whatever. And I had a lot of periods. I had a lot of classes with Emma. It was like really weird. So, as you guys already know where this story is going, we started dating. And if you guys are wondering, it was 2 weeks later. 2 weeks after, what the fuck? 2 weeks later, the first time I saw her, we started going out. Which is actually September 3rd. Yeah, September. Why the fuck do I remember that? September 3rd, 2015. Oh god. Here's the reason why I remember it, because some bullshit happened. 10 days later was my birthday. We were texting or whatever. We texted a lot. If I still had my old phone, I would show you guys. Siri, what the hell? If I still had my old phone, I could show you guys how much we texted. I mean, good god. We called each other like once, and that was fucking awkward. We texted all the time. There was no moment you would see me not texting her. All the time. So then, eventually I actually get fuck, what is it called? A schedule. One day I actually do end up getting a schedule. I don't have that many classes with her anymore, but I still have a lot of classes with her. And this is when I met my best friend, which is like my super best friend, that's my girl, man. Fucking, we still talk to this day. Almost 3 years ago, we've been friends. That's when I met everyone's favorite geek Queen Kenzie. This is when I met her. Yeah, she was in the fucking 6th grade, which is weird to think about. That makes me feel like a pedophile. Anyway, this is when I met her. That's like super crazy. It's like we were in music class or whatever, and I noticed one of her drawings. She's a really good artist, guys. You should go check her out on Tumblr. Yeah, I'll leave it in the description if I can remember it. And yeah, I just saw one of her drawings and I complimented her. And from there, we just kicked it off. We exchanged each other's kicks. Well, we started talking then we started Skyping each other. That's how we're still friends today, which is super crazy. Anyway, back to Emma. So we started dating. That was like super cool, or whatever. You know, it was really cool. You know, I could honestly say it was one of the best times of my life. And here we go into the best part of my life. My first kiss. That's right. Emma was my first. Which is sad to say, because my first, good God, did she leave an imprint. Ooh, fuck, I don't remember this. Oh my God, okay, here we go. So, I don't remember what day it was. But, oh, it was a week after my birthday. A week after the 13th of September. And, you know, I'm lying. It was our 1 month. At the point, we had been dating for 1 month. And I told her for our anniversary, because, you know, I'm a dumbass and we celebrated 1 month anniversary. So at her 1 month, I told her I'd got her a present. You know, we were texting and I told her I got her a present. And she was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I got you a present. And like, this is all my choice. You know, I was ready to kiss her, you know? And I was just thinking, you know, on the cheek, you know? I was just gonna kiss her on the cheek. But that shit got out of hand, you know? You know what I mean? So, you know, we're just... During school, you know? I think it was a Tuesday or something. So during school, you know, first period I have her. You know, we're talking to her. I'm talking to her. She's like, so, you gonna give me my present? I'm like, no, you gotta wait. And, you know, she's like really excited to see what I got her. And like, I'm over here, you know, my chest is just pumping, you know, fucking out of control. Because I'm like, oh no, what if she doesn't want me to? Or like, what if she just completely blocks me and she doesn't want this? Or, because, you know, this is the first time I had ever done something like this. This is the first time I'd ever kissed someone, ever. So, you know, I was freaking out, obviously. So, the end of the day comes, you know, and we're in our last period. You know, and coincidentally, we actually sat next to each other in the last period. So, no, we were just talking, hanging out, holding hands, blah, blah, blah. And, school ends. So then, you know, I'm holding her hand out at the class. You know, we're going downstairs to, where I'm supposed to be. And we think it's the end of the day. I mean, it is the end of the day, but we think we're supposed to be going to, like, where we're supposed to go. Like, no, it's not, because this school was so fucking weird. So we're standing in the middle of the hallway, and, you know, there's a bunch of people just moving, trying to get to their places. And we're standing, like, in the direct middle. So, I told her, okay, I have your present, close your eyes. She's like, alright. And she... and she closes her eyes, right? So then I'm trying to get up all my fucking energy. I'm trying to get away of my, anxiety or whatever. And I try to go in for it. Then I stop myself. I'm like, damn it. And then she opens her eyes and she's like, what's wrong? I was like... And I just tell her straight up, damn, well, I was gonna kiss you. The present was I was gonna kiss you. And... oh, I just couldn't do it. And then she... she pulls a move out of literal fucking nowhere. Goes up and kisses me on the cheek. And leaves. She just goes in the other direction. And I just sat there in the middle of the hallway, dumbfounded, just... like I had just experienced Nirvana for like the quickest second. And I was just sitting there in amazement like, oh my god, that just happened. And let me remind you, this was only on the cheek, right? So I was literally freaking out over nothing. But then again, this was the first time that anything like that had ever happened. So I have an excuse. So, she, you know, goes over. And she starts coming back, right? I'm still, like, standing here dumbfounded, like, I can't move, I'm just frozen. And she grabs me by the hand and starts dragging me to the class because we're not supposed to be out. Even though there was, like, hundreds of kids just moving throughout the hallway. And so we go back to our class, and we sit down, and she's holding my hand, and I'm just sitting here shaking. Like, what the hell? And you know, after a couple minutes, it was actually time to go, and we leave, and we start going downstairs into that hallway again. And then she gets in front of me, and I'm in front of her, whatever. And then we start staring into each other's eyes. And then I go in for the kiss, and then, yeah, that was my first kiss, you know. We just stared into each other's eyes for like a couple seconds, and then I just went in for it. Oh, that is a feeling I am never gonna forget. That feeling was amazing. Like, she was a good kisser. I will admit she was a great kisser. And as I later figured out, she had kissed more people than I had. You know, I was kind of hoping that I was her first time too, but good God, no, I was wrong. But you know, anyway, she was just yeah, that was great. So after that, you know, we kissed, and I was like, I love you, and she said it back. When she started going the other direction again, she left, and before she could get away far enough, I fell to the fucking ground. I shit you not. I dropped to the ground on my knees. I put my hands in the air and started saying, yes, it finally happened. I finally did it. Like I had achieved something great. And at the time, it really felt like that. I shit you not. It was just, oh my God. And thank God my friend A, I'm so glad he was there to help me out. Because I would drop to the ground and was just screaming to the top of my lungs, just, yes! And a bunch of teachers just started looking at me because I was just sitting there as a fucking, yes, it finally fucking happened. Like, I wasn't cussing or anything, but I was just like sitting there in amazement. And my friend, he helped me up. Thank God he was there. He helped me up and started dragging me to one of the tables. Oh my God, that was great. Great time. So, yeah, so I was just sitting there fucking shaking, eating a fucking sucker or whatever. And you know, that was great. For a first kiss, that was, couldn't have wanted it any other way. So, and now we have to get into the sad part. After all of that, we have to get into the sad part. So, I'm gonna give you guys an exact date because I'm never gonna forget this date. October 15th. A couple days after that first kiss, you know. I'm gonna go back like a week or two before that. So my dad had recently told me that we had been accepted to another charter school that he enrolled us in, and coincidentally it was closer to us, you know, driving wise, so he wouldn't have to waste so much gas, which, you know, was some bitch ass bullshit. You know, I'm still mad about that to this day. But you know, shout out to Renaissance Charter School. That's where I went to. Shout out Renaissance. But yeah, so we went there. Hold up, I didn't get to it. Okay, sorry. I have a bit of a blur. So my dad, he brought us out one night before dinner. He told us that we had been accepted to Renaissance. And I went into my room, you know, when I was so upset. This is the most upset I had ever been in probably my entire life. I shit you not. So then the next day, my dad was driving me to school, and I was like, Dad, remember what you said yesterday about us being accepted to another school? Are you serious about that? Are we gonna go there? And he was like, yup. And yeah, I honestly, you know, I started shedding a couple tears. And oh God, I'm getting emotional now. Shit, that was 2 years ago. Get over yourself. So yeah, I honestly, it was really sad, you know. Sad for me anyway, because you know, my ideals back then, it was like I wanted to be with the girl who gave me my first kiss forever. That was my ideals, and I don't know why that was, but it was. You know, for me, that was pretty innocent of me back then, real innocent. And yeah, I'd told Emma about this. You know, we were still dating at the time, mind you. I told her, and she was like, "It's all right. Everything's gonna be all right." I'm like, "No, it's not, because I have to leave you." And I didn't say that part, but you know, it was heavily, you know, implied. So like, fast forward a week or two, you know, to October 15th. It was a Thursday. I'm never gonna forget this, never. So, yo, it was a good day. You know, overall, it was a really good day. And little did I know the events about to occur would fucking ruin my life forever and change me. Because before the 7th grade, I was this happy-go-lucky child, and after, I'm just this depressed fuck. So, October 15th, that lunch. You know, I go to the lunch table. You know, I see my girlfriend. I'm like, "Hi." She's like, "Hey." You know, I have my lunch or whatever. And she turns around, right? She looks at me, and she says, "Davion, we have to talk. I have to tell you something." I'm like, "All right, what's up?" And she's like, "I have to break up with you." And, you know, without thinking, you know, because as soon as she said that, I was just filled with, like, rage. And, like, as soon as she said that, I get up, and she grabbed my hand. And she's like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Please let go of me. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom." She's like, "All right, you're gonna be okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." So then I go up and go to the bathroom. And little did I know, my friend A, he followed me up, you know. And I went in the bathroom, and I shit you not, I went up to the sink and I just started crying. I started crying so bad, like just a little bit. Like, it wasn't full on crying, but Jesus Christ, I was just bawling out of control, and not in the good way. So yeah, my friend, you know, he comes up to me, you know, in the bathroom. He's like, "Yo, dude, are you alright?" I'm like, "What the fuck do you think? She just broke up with me." She's like, "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry." Like, yeah, it's whatever. So then, oh, by the way, he was eating a fucking banana in there. And like, the principal or whatever, he came in the bathroom too for whatever reason, and he saw him eating a banana in the bathroom. Which is like the funniest thing of that day, because that entire day and week and month after that was just super depressing. So yeah. So I went out of the bathroom, and you know, we talked about it. I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool." You know, oh yeah, that explains my signature wristbands. So you guys know my blue and red, my black and red dead mouse wristband, and my blue and black dead mouse wristband. Well, basically, this is around the time when I first bought these. So when I first got them, I gave the blue one to Emma, and you know, that Friday after she broke up with me, it was the next day. You know, I would not talk to anyone. I was in my arms the entire day. And little did I know, that day would be the last day I would ever get to see her or talk to her. Coincidentally, it was the day I never saw her and didn't talk to her. You know, sadly enough, that was a horrible, horrible mistake that, you know, I look back at on today. I just wish I'd never done that. So I'm in one of my classes, and you know, one of my friends comes up to me. It's the end of the class, and they give me my wristband back, and she's like, "Here, Emma wanted to give this back to you." And she put the wristband in my hand, and you know, I held it. I held the wristband, and I just started crying. I just started crying really bad, and it was silent too. Like, no one really noticed. You know, like, one of my friends came up to me and was like, "It's all right, man." Like, no, it's fucking not, you know? Just like holding this wristband and crying my eyes out. Because I realized, yeah, this is really happening. Everything is just ending here. And, ooh, yeah. So, the entire day I didn't talk to her. I didn't look at her. I didn't do anything. So, you know, during lunch, one of my friends comes up to me. It's like, "Yo, man, Emma, she's really worried about you. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, she's really worried about you, man. I think you should go talk to her. And I'm like, no, I just can't. And I didn't. That's exactly what I didn't talk to her at all. So, you know, I just didn't talk to her because I didn't want to. I don't think it was right. And honestly, it would have been. If I would have talked to her, it would have been right. So, after that I didn't wear this blue wristband for a good month, you know. It was like a memorial, you know, to her. Really, I don't know how to say it, but like, you know what I mean, right? So I just wouldn't wear it because I just refused to. Like, this was her bracelet. I refused it. And yeah. So that weekend after she broke up with me, you know, that Saturday, I was in a Skype call with my friend. He was like, yo, dude, are you gonna be alright? You know, are you gonna talk to her on Monday? I'm like, I don't know, dude. I really don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I honestly did not know because, you know, it was gonna be really awkward between us. And, you know, I didn't want to, you know, ruin things more than they are. Because, you know how, like, I'm sure you guys have seen people who have, like, exes and they're, like, going crazy because they were broken up with. And I'm sure I would have been something like that, and I just didn't want to do that. You know, I didn't want to embarrass myself like that. So I just, like, stayed away. And, you know, little did I know that Monday we would be starting school at the new school. And that's when the depression started kicking in, because I slowly began to realize that I was acting like a dick, and I never got to say goodbye to her. Like, I never formally got to say goodbye to her at all. And, you know, that Monday morning, you know, I texted her, hey, I'm sorry, I won't be coming to school today. I'm going to a new school. We're starting school at the we're going to this new school, and I'm sorry I never got to say goodbye, and I'm sorry I didn't talk to you Friday, and I'm sorry about everything. And good God, just that month, it was so bad for me. And, you know, I didn't realize how really bad it was until, like, really recently. Because, you know, looking back on it now, that was horrible. Like, no one should have had to go through what I went through. Because, you know, being broken up with, and then immediately going to a brand new school, you know, that really leaves a bad sign on you. It's like, maybe he left because she broke up with her, and that she's a horrible person, and blah blah blah. Like, no. And if anyone watching this knows who Emma is, like, don't send her, you know, hate or whatever, and don't send her this video, really. And if you want to, I don't really care, because we don't talk that much. You know, I have her cake apparently. We don't talk that much, and we don't. I want to bring all this shit back. You know, I want to leave all of this in the past. That's why I'm making these videos. You know, just like get that shit out there and put it in the past. So, this series is called Stay Single, and I'm talking about. No, Siri, fuck. And this series is called Stay Single, and I haven't given any reasons as to why to stay single, you know, as I do in every single one of these. And I feel like I should, because I haven't. So, what did I learn from this relationship? Well, first of all, always, if you're going into a relationship, you know, if you don't want to take my advice and you're going to go into one anyway, you know, always build that initial trust, because without that, if anything does happen between you, and you know it ends, a lot of things are gonna be left off on a bad note. Cause like shit, like rumors will be spread, and if you ever talk to each other again, not only will it be awkward, but yeah, you're not gonna want to do it again, ever. And you know, I've learned a lot of things from this relationship. You know, like if you truly love someone, you can't want to keep them. You know, if they want to move on, then you have to move on too. Like, if you really like truly love someone, you gotta just move on, bro. If they don't want to be with you, you just gotta move on. And I really did love her. She was the first person I can honestly say I loved, which is weird. Like, why would I say that? Like, what the fuck? Honestly. But yeah. So, as you guys know, I've been through a lot of shit through my entire life, and this is one of the bigger things. This is one of the bigger things that I had to go through. And you know, I'm still suffering the consequences of that. Because, like, as I said, that's when I started feeling that depression, you know. That initial month afterwards is when I started feeling that. You know, I started experiencing that, you know, firsthand. Because, you know, at the time, you know, y'all already saw shit like this in movies. But you'd never think that it actually happened to you. And, it did. And it hit me like a truck, you know. And like I said, I'm still battling it to this day. So like, don't be so involved with someone that if something were to ever happen, you just completely melt down. Like, here's another thing that I learned. Don't rely on others. Okay, that sounds really bad. My bad. I didn't mean to phrase it like that. But like, learn to live without someone. Because if you go into a relationship and you start thinking, oh my god, I can't live without this person. Like, don't have that mindset. Get that mindset out of your fucking head, alright? Because shit like that, it'll always, I'm telling you, always, 99.999% of the time will always ruin the relationship. So, you know, get that mindset out. But just learn to live by yourself. Learn to sustain yourself without the other person always being there. Or without that significant other always talking to you, because situations will happen when they're not always available, and you can't get upset about that, because you always have to have a life outside of the relationship. That is a mandatory. If you don't have a life outside the relationship, then you're going into the wrong thing, and before anything can be ruined, you should just leave, honestly. And with that, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for all the support you've been giving, you know, the Stay Single series all this time, and all the support you've been giving this channel all this time, and how much you guys have really helped me. Like, you guys really don't know this, but during that time, I was doing YouTube, and you know, I did YouTube, and seeing the support from you guys really helped back then. It really helped me get through it, and it still does that today. So yeah, I really do love you guys so much. If it wasn't for you, I'd probably still be at like 20 subs or something. I mean, fuck, I'm at 82. I mean, hey, I'm only 18 away from 100, which is amazing. Which I really hope I can get it before the end of the year. I gotta really work on my shit though. I gotta work on doing some quality ass content. And don't worry, honestly, this series will one day end. But once I start running out of stories, I'm gonna come to you guys for shit. I hope you know that. I'm gonna start stealing you guys' stories, and it's gonna be great. And yeah, with that, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Beware. Because whether you're straight, bi, gay, queer, whatever you're into, you know, just beware. Because people don't always have the best intentions. And just wait. My best advice for you guys is just to wait. Because if you wait, then one day the right person's gonna come. Because, you know, you're doing all this searching, and you know, that one person, you know, who's right for you, they're probably searching for you too. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my advice, and for now, until I find that person, I'm gonna do exactly what this title is and stay single. So I thank you guys so much, and comment if you guys want to stay single part 5. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you all so much, and I can't wait to make another one. Peace.